You are listening to The Standards Desk of News from The Standard Show, the podcast that brings you the stories behind the standards.
Hey, Emma Glass.
Hey, Matthew Charles.
Well, shall we have the Standards Desk of News?
Yes, let's do it.
Yes, this is the Standards Desk of News. News about standards and standards in the news. And this time we are covering stories from August 2026.
And we start with new AI quality management standard published to support the EU AI Act.
A new European standard, EN 18286, Artificial Intelligence Quality Management System for EU AI Act regulatory purposes, has been published, providing organisations with a framework for establishing, implementing, maintaining and continually improving quality management systems for AI. The standard is particularly relevant for providers of high-risk AI systems and is designed to support the quality management requirements set out in Article 17 of the EU AI Act. EN 18286 brings together key activities across the AI lifecycle, including risk management, data management, testing and validation, technical documentation, post-market monitoring and change management. Its publication marks an important milestone in the development of standards supporting the practical implementation of the EU AI Act. The role of standards in supporting the implementation of the Act is also explored in a new podcast series from The Standard Show, examining how organisations can move from regulation to reality. The first episode is in the feed now. Sticking with AI governance moves from ICT teams to the boardroom.
AI accountability is increasingly becoming a board-level issue as organisations seek clearer governance structures and ownership of AI systems. New research from BSI highlights a growing shift away from AI being solely managed within ICT or strategy functions, with executive teams taking a more active role in oversight and decision-making. The report finds that while organisations are adopting a range of accountability models, responsibility for AI often remains fragmented across functions, creating challenges around ownership and risk management. It also suggests that governance maturity tends to increase as AI adoption grows. The findings reinforce the importance of formal oversight, clear accountability, and effective governance as organisations move from experimenting with AI to deploying it at scale. ISO 9001-2026 set for publication in September.
The revised edition of the world's most widely used quality management system, ISO 9001, is scheduled for publication on the 16th of September, marking the start of a transition period for organisations certified to ISO 9001-2015. The updated standard is expected to build on the established principles of quality management, while introducing a strong emphasis on areas such as quality culture, ethical behaviour, organisational knowledge, risk management, and climate-related considerations. The revision is an evolution of the current standard rather than a fundamental rewrite. As organisations prepare for the transition, the publication of ISO 9001-2026 represents an important milestone in the ongoing development of quality management standards and their role in supporting resilience, continual improvement, and customer confidence. Updated standard supports more transparent environmental product information.
A revised edition of ISO 14025, the International Standard for Environmental Product Declarations, or EPDs, has been published. EPDs provide standardized, independently verified information about the environmental impacts of products, helping organizations communicate sustainability performance in a consistent and credible way. ISO 14025-2026 sets out the principles, requirements, and guidance for EPD programs and the declaration they produce, supporting the use of lifecycle assessment data to communicate environmental information. The standard is intended to improve the quality, consistency, and comparability of environmental product information across sectors, enabling better informed decisions by businesses, specifiers, procurers, and other stakeholders. The publication highlights the continuing role of standards in supporting environmental transparency and sustainability claims. New standard for the UN SDGs nears publication.
A new international standard designed to help organisations embed the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, into their operations has moved into the final stages of publication. ISO UNDP 53001, developed by ISO in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, provides a management system framework to help organisations integrate sustainable development into governance, strategy, planning and performance management. The standard aims to support organisations in demonstrating and improving their contribution to the SDGs through a structured and measurable approach. Publication is expected in September 2026, marking an important milestone in the development of standards for sustainable development and organisational performance. And finally, back to AI again. Have your say on standards for AI human oversight.
Stakeholders are invited to comment on EN 18229-3, AI Trustworthiness Framework, Part 3, Human Oversight, which is currently open for public consultation. The draft standard provides terminology, concepts, requirements, and guidance for the human oversight of AI systems, helping organizations ensure appropriate levels of human involvement in AI-enabled decision-making. It is intended primarily for organizations placing AI systems on the market or putting them into service, and is designed for use across sectors. The consultation offers an opportunity for industry, policymakers, and AI practitioners to help shape a developing European standard that supports trustworthy AI and the wider implementation of AI governance frameworks. Comments are invited until the 22nd of September. Get involved and have your say now. All the details you need are in the show notes.
They are indeed, as are the links to some of the other stories we have featured this time. And the show notes are also where you can find details of our socials and all the other ways to get in touch with us here on The Standard Show. Now, we couldn't go this month without a bit of and finally news. One of the aims of the Standards Desk of News is, of course, to bring standards into the spotlight, and few have attracted as much public attention recently as ISO 12312-2. During the recent solar eclipse visible across parts of Europe, North Africa and the Arctic, the standard featured prominently in public safety advice, reminding millions of people that certified eclipse glasses are essential for viewing the sun safely and protecting their eyesight. Did you see the eclipse, Emma Glass?
I did. I was able to see it through the glasses that we speak of, and also, fortunately, somebody very nearby had a telescope with a UV kind of frame in front of it as well. So multiple shots, which was wonderful.
That's fantastic. Actually, following the safety advice there. Well, I didn't have the glasses. I did see it, and it was pretty spectacular, I must admit. But my son and teenage nephew said it was a bit mid. I suppose you can't please everyone, can you? Well, thank you, Emma Glass.
Thank you, Matthew Childs.
For August 2026, that's the Standards Desk of News.
You have been listening to the Standards Desk of News from The Standard Show, the podcast that brings you the stories behind the standards.
You just heard a Stripped Media production.